What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Jeff. I'm the owner of RDR Gear in Salt Lake City, Utah. If you don't know what we do here, we specialize in kydex gear, canine gear, nylon products, plate carriers, belts, placards, a whole list of things that we manufacture here in the shop. So if you want to check out what we do, what we build, who we are, rdrgear.com is the place to do so. So with all that out of the way, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. B&T earlier this year had brought in a rifle, a new rifle for them. They're importing this from Germany. This is made by a company called HAENEL. HAENEL is a German firearms manufacturer, and they produce the weapon for the German military, which is very similar based on this platform, if not the same rifle. When I first heard about this coming and that it was going to be the 416-ish carbine, I was kind of intrigued, so I borrowed this one. Thank God that I borrowed it and didn't buy one, because I'd be kicking myself in the ass if I had bought it. And we're going to show you why I'm disappointed in what this brings to the table. So my research on these back from January, TFB TV did a really good review with the people at B&T. When they had spoke about this rifle, you know, they showed it. It does come in a pistol conversion only. So you'll have to buy an additional SBA3 brace, because it does not come with one from the factory. So what it looks like when you, I can't remember if I take this off or not. When you get it in the box, it looks like this minus the accessories up front here. And you get a key mod handguard. We're going to start there with the list of, I'm not a fan. Let me just start with there. So we shot the rifle today. It didn't shoot any different from any other short piston rifle that we fired. It was unique. It was pretty decent shooting rifle, but again, nothing to write home about. There are a bigger list of things that don't meet the price point they're asking for this rifle that really disappoint me overall. So let's start with where it's at. The handguard, back in January, when they had talked about the handguard, it was B&T had stated that theirs would come with a M-LOK handguard and not the key mod. This is what it came with, and this rifle was purchased just in mid-April. So in January, B&T said that these would not be shipping with key mod, they would be shipping with M-LOK, and hence the rifle being bought in April. That didn't happen. I tried reaching out to B&T, didn't get any answers back in regards to what they're going to do with providing a key mod handguard versus an M-LOK handguard, because you do get a very limited mounting options. As you can see, key mod is very bulky, offset. There's not a lot of angles or profile you can reduce by using key mod versus M-LOK. So that's one of the things there. The rifle is a short stroke piston system, self-regulating. So the more you shoot it, the better it gets. The other area that is frustrating is this thread pitch on this, excuse me, the thread pitch on this muzzle device is, who the hell knows? We've tried a couple different muzzle devices, couldn't get anything on there. There is no spec sheet. There wasn't really anything you could find online in regards to what it would take in muzzle device. That was kind of unique there. The gun is ambi in controls. They're very unique let me put this thing back together here. So one of the weird ones is to lock the bolt to rear. You'll see this little tab right here. Normally, to lock the bolt to rear, you would lift or do some nature of lifting up like a bad lever. This one here, you have to get your finger under the lever, lift up, and lock back. Well, when you do so, it smashes your finger. So unless you have the bolt already to the rear and lift up, that's the only way to lock the bolt back. And then you get the plastic dust cover with the HAENEL logo on here. That is plastic, and that is, now you can drop the bolt with that same lever. But you must, if you try to go under first and pull this lever back, it's going to smash the finger. So keep in mind, bolt back, lift up. It's kind of a backwards bad lever. So on that there. On the other side of the gun, we have our controls. Again, on this side, we have, for the lefties, same concept. You can lock the bolt to the rear. This is your mag release, paddle bolt release, no problem there. The biggest complaint I have on the lower controls is that the ambi safety, both paddles are the exact same size on both sides of the gun. So as you go to drop the safety, it's hitting the index finger, right? So I have to get a grip change to get the safety off or safety on, because no matter what I do, you can see how it's hitting my index finger here. Why they're both the same size, I have no damn clue, but they are. They're both equal in height and equal in size on both sides of the lower. Very strange. Lower grip. It's this weird B&T grip angle. Not for sure why. If it came that way, that was an add-on from B&T. Not sure, but overall, that's a weird, super weird grip angle. It's very narrow and very strange. Trigger. Probably one of the most disappointing. It is a true mil-spec, crunchy, very ugly reset trigger. And I'll get to a reason why I'm kind of bashing this thing, and I'll show you guys. Now, the overall component that you're going to get, people are going to say, oh, it's a German-made weapon. Absolutely, right? 100% German-made weapon. But when you look at what you get on this rifle, or excuse me, pistol, and what you compare to, say, a BCM, God, who else am I thinking? Pretty much anybody, you know, Cobalt Kinetics, BCM, Cobalt Kinetics, there's a list goes on and on in regards to who's making a quality AR pistol today. Sword International is a great one that comes to mind in that piston configuration. PWS, piston configuration. There's a lot out there. This pistol, MSRP is for $3,400. $3,400 is what this thing MSRP is for. And what I believe has happened is that B&T is passing on the importation costs to the customer, because at $3,400 from their quote, that's a lot of money for piston or otherwise, right? There are a lot of US-made piston rifles out there, piston pistols out there that do all the same features plus a modernized design and better features out the box in regards to trigger, ambi safety selector, charging handle, rail selection, etc., that don't come near $3,400. This here, I borrowed. Thank God that I borrowed it. I didn't buy it. But when you look at what you get component-wise, and unless you are on the fanboy factor of it being a German-made, European, military company that's making this rifle, that's really all you're getting out of this compared to what you can buy locally here in the US market. The fact that this came and shipped and left B&T in a key mod configuration is really disappointing. That's honestly one of the biggest things there. As I mentioned earlier, trigger, the pistol configuration, you got to buy this. You're probably going to have to upgrade a stock. I do not know if you can drop, I haven't really messed with this since it's not my gun. My buddy Greg owns this. I'm assuming he's probably going to be able to do something aftermarket as far as safeties go, safety selectors, doing a shorter selector, maybe going to a larger ambi charging handle. But this is definitely a run-of-the-mill, grunt-level, military-issued rifle that doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles for a really significant price tag. So if you are looking at one of these, I would probably say street price, you're probably looking at $29.50 to $31 if MSRP is $34. But at the end of the day, if you've got $3,100 in your pocket, look at PWS, look at Sword International, BSIM is a DI gun, LWRC, another option. There are a lot of companies out there who I think will give you a better bang for your buck than what B&T is trying to sell us here. And again, it's an importation rifle. It's not made by them. It's just got their logos and stuff on there. And at the end of the day, I think they wanted a traditional AR style platform. And instead of building their own, they just went out and found one they wanted to bring in. And this is what it came out to be. So this is the CR223 B&T HAENEL or B&T 15. And man, I know this is probably going to get a lot of heat as a B&T. I'm a big B&T fan. You can see I love the APC9, but I also, when I look at something like this and you come to the table with a price tag that's so above and beyond what we can get locally or in the US here today, this is disappointing in the marketing and the product presentation that you get out the box. So again, take it for what it's worth. My opinion is like everyone else's. It's a YouTube, it's a place of opinions. But at the end of the day, this is not a $3,034 purchase. As always, thanks for watching, guys. We post these videos every week on gear that we use, gear that we borrow, gear that we make. Until next time, thanks for watching. Be well. Take care.